I need to just put this in between my legs.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to tip us over trying to grab
How
it.
is the liquid death? First and foremost, if you need water and you think that the most of the water's just kind of keeping you alive,
Yeah.
and you need water to kill you, try liquid death.
Yeah. How many of these do you think you'd have to drink till like you just blew up inside or died from overdose of water? Because enough of anything can kill you.
Too much love,
Yeah.
that'll kill you.
Too much love probably killed many people.
Too much kindness.
You hear the country songs.
Too much recycling.
Yeah. Recycling would kill you.
Too much liquid. How much liquid death to die? That's a good challenge.
I'd say 100 of these.
100?
Like the sparkling ones? Yeah, 100. It's like there's carbon dioxide, right, in sparkling water?
Well, but I mean, how are you going to kill yourself with the liquid death? Are you going to inject
just
it
so
with
no,
an
just
IV?
drink too much of it, and like your stomach. I feel like it's happened. Like there's water drinking challenges and shit.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
I remember when I was a kid, they had like I think a radio contest, hold your Wii for a Wii, and it was a contest. It was right when the Nintendo Wii came out, and they were really hard to get or something like that.
Hold your Wii for a week.
And it was a water drinking competition where you had to, I believe, drink a gallon of water, and there was a number of people, or maybe that it was just one person. They could drink a gallon of water without peeing, and I think they died.
Why? Because you're not like releasing the waste from your body kind of thing?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They,
that sounds miserable. That's the last I'd rather do like one of those super spicy challenges or like a lot of food. Holding my piss.
Dude, holding your
That's
pee,
one of the worst feelings when you need to pee and you
It's a
can't.
form of torture.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean,
I forgot what movie I watched, but it was like making fun of Chris Angel, and Jim Carrey was playing like the magician.
Yeah.
And one of his like, or not Chris Angel, David Blaine's the one who does crazy stuff too.
Yeah.
And one of his things was, I'm not gonna pee for however long. And I don't know, I just thought it was so, like I watched it with my dad and I thought it was so funny. What's the last good comedy movie you watched? I feel like I haven't seen a good comedy come out in a while.
That's a good question. I mean,
I'm trying to think of mine and I'm brain dead.
Yeah, I wonder, you know, because my mind goes to just the movies that I love that are comedies. You know, I think of like, I don't know, Superbad, Step Brothers.
Yeah.
I think of like, I love Austin Powers.
Austin Powers is a classic. I've never even watched a full Austin Powers movie. It's always like, I'd get in on my dad watching it. And I'd see like 10 minutes of it and I'd be like, this is ridiculous. And that's why it was funny to me.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
What else? You know,
Talladega
Jim Carrey,
Nights.
Talladega.
Oh, anything with Jim
Will
Carrey.
Will Ferrell stuff and old Adam Sandler stuff too.
People hate on Adam Sandler.
Yeah, they hate on him.
Do you like Adam Sandler?
I do. I mean, he's got some
huge
duds, but I love some of his movies.
I think the duds are even funny too, because
I mean,
he was probably having
it's like,
fun
what are you
making
trying to get out of this?
Yeah.
But one of my favorite comedy movies is Happy Gilmore.
Oh, that's
one of the greatest.
Yeah, with Shooter Gavin.
But actually, I saw his like most recent movie on Netflix, Hoobie Halloween, and it was funny.
I watched that too. It was pretty funny.
I mean, it's not great or anything, but it's like there were some funny parts.
No, it was hilarious. I like again, a good premise.
Yeah, dude, I was cracking up. I mean, isn't that the dream? Just be able to make movies with your friends.
Since I've been doing comedy, like living out here, my roommate's always like, man, imagine if instead of working 9-to-5 jobs to pay our ways through life and rent and stuff, if we just wrote a show that was good and just some people liked it. Not, who cares how many people like it, just enough to where you can support yourself off of that show.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's the dream. That's the struggle is having to spend time doing things that you don't want to do instead of what you want to.
Yeah. You got to do a bunch of stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah.
To pay for the ability to do the stuff you want to do. Like that's how I feel like that's how it is for myself in comedy. I would imagine that's the case of 90% of the dudes and ladies we do open mics with. Are you a guy who like relies on caffeine?
Oh,
Caffeine. I got a love-hate relationship with caffeine.
Yeah.
It's been it's been a roller coaster of a ride, me and caffeine.
Really? I feel
It's
like that's
just-
everybody's experience. You know, no one's like, oh, I just have 1 cup a day and I feel great the rest of the day. One cup
really?
of coffee.
Dude,
Do you think?
I feel like a lot of people are locked into like, oh, I love coffee. Let me get I need my first cup, and that's just their identity, and they're like,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Like it's
Give me,
ritualistic.
need my coffee, and they're in.
Yeah.
And
Dang.
I just, I don't know, I struggle with it.
Do you drink coffee in the morning or do you just any sort of caffeine?
I drink coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
I go through phases of not drinking coffee, and then I need it to do things that I don't want to do, which is like go to work or
Like
stay
podcasting?
awake.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, I mean, this,
I'm joking.
if I had my nap before this, I don't
Yeah.
think I would have needed
Yeah, I feel that.
caffeine, but I didn't get my nap today.
Are you an early riser?
Because of work, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, naturally, I'll sleep into the next day if I can. I'll skip
Yeah.
a day if I can, and sleep
Really?
into the next
Damn.
late afternoon.
I've always been where I wake up real early and I'm just
Really?
like, I can't go back to sleep, dude. It's the worst thing. You wake up and I'm like, shit, what can I do? And I'll just lay there upset.
Dude, I'm the opposite.
Or I'll
I
do
can't
something.
not go back to sleep. Like I'm
Really?
just like my whole day is just me going back to sleep. If I didn't pull
Do
myself
you have
out.
10 alarms to get yourself up in the morning?
Yeah, dude, I could just sit in bed, do nothing, or just roll around, wake up
Yeah.
like a cat, just
Yeah.
do a lap around the house, go back.
Hell yeah.
I love sleep, dude. I'm really good at it.
That's how my brother is. He's always sleeping.
Yeah.
But he's like a super productive dude.
Mm.
But I feel like he's the kind of guy who like has 10 hours of sleep a night, no matter what.
Yeah.
But then he gets a bunch of shit done in, what, would you have 14 hours? Yeah, 14 hours of being awake.
Like what? What does he get done?
It's funny, he's real into like jiu-jitsu,
Oh,
and he works full time while like going to school
yeah.
up in Lubbock. I was
Yeah.
just talking to him today, and I didn't tell him I was doing this,
This your
but
kid brother.
no, I guess we're technically Irish. What's Irish? We're not twins, but sometimes we're only a year apart.
He was
Like,
like
we're
time traveling or
sometimes-
something.
Sometimes, like right now, I'm 24,
Yeah.
and he's 22.
Have you
but-
called him today? Maybe he's 23.
No, he's 22. You're making me think about it. I'm like, oh shit. No, I brought him up. Why did I bring him up?
Oh, because he does jujitsu and he goes to school and he's...
Yeah, he's like super busy in the time he's awake. At least I imagine.
He's your
that.
kid brother, though. He's younger
Yeah,
than you.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah,
Is he-
he's a big muscular
Oh, he
guy.
can kick your ass?
Oh, absolutely. He won. He's like, I feel like he's about as new in jiu-jitsu as I am in like the comedy scene. Probably a little bit more experienced in the jiu-jitsu community, but like
He's already ready to fight McGregor?
dude, he might as well be. He sent us, our family, a picture, and by our family I mean just like my dad and my mom, a picture of him on a podium. He got first place in this like competition, so it was really cool. It was like an underdog moment. So I try to keep up with it because I don't understand jiu-jitsu. I know a lot of people, like apparently Austin's a huge hub for it.
Man, so he's jacked now, right?
Yeah, he's always been like real into fitness and stuff. He's just disciplined, like eats well, works out at scheduled times.
Remember, but there was a time when you used to just kick his ass. Remember that?
Dude.
No?
No, I mean, I would say
You used to get picked on by your little bro all grown up?
not picked on, but I would say we were neck and neck up until I was about.
Because you're Irish twins.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the right term.
How many years apart?
A year and a half, give or take a couple months. But no, I'd say we were. Neck
But
and
still,
neck
when
most
you're
of our
like
life.
6 and he's 4.5, you gotta have an
Yeah.
upper leg on him, right?
Yeah, I would say up until 10 years old, I probably had like a guaranteed leg on him, and then I'd say we were neck and neck.
You guys have the same blood?
The same blood type, or like the same mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're blood brothers, mom and not fucking dudes who cut each other's hands. And our mom and our dad are the same mom and dad.
Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Right.
Fucking bloody dick. Oh no. No.
Technical difficulties?
Fucking no, dude. You idiot. Ah, dude, I spilled a lot of it.
Shit.
See, dude, don't let a little bit of spilled yerba mate ruin your day.
Yeah. You think that could be their slogan? Actually, that would be a bad slogan.
Did you and your brother, that's it. You, your brother, mom, and dad.
Yep. Same mom and dad.
But you guys used to butt heads as a kid? Or
Yeah.
you got along?
No, we get along super well, especially now. I mean, I think that just happens as you mature. But no, we would beat the shit out of each other from the ages of like 8 to 5 or 6 years ago, probably, when I was like 18.
Yeah.
But I think it flipped over to where I'm like, oh man, Andrew's a big dude. I don't want to mess with him.
Yeah.
Probably when I first left the college, and when I was like 20 or 19 or maybe even 18, I was like, man, this kid.
Do you remember your last fight?
I know we fought about some sort of dumb situation, like who takes the shower first, because, we shared a bathroom or something.
Yeah.
And I think we literally like fought each other in our fucking towels because someone like called, oh, I got first shower or something, because I don't know what the hell we were doing. I don't know if we were at the beach or something. And all I know is it ended up me slamming the door on his arm like really, really hard. And he whacked the shit out of me pretty good. And then we fought a while. My mom got involved. And the last thing I can really remember is I'm walking back to my room, and I think I kind of surrendered to him. I'm like, you know what? He gets the first shower. I'll be clean later. Whatever.
Wow.
But as I was walking like into my room at the end of the hall, all I felt was in the back of the head, and he literally knocked me out.
Really?
Yes.
How long ago was this?
I was probably 16 or 17, maybe younger. Is Rope Man talking to us? Hey, Rope Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're really cool. What are you doing? Are you training for something with all the rope activity? Just swinging for the hell of it. Hell yeah.
Keep on swinging, man.
That should be that guy's mantra. Keep on swinging. Keep on swinging, bro.
Well, I'm glad you guys got back together and you're figuring it out. Because,
Yeah.
family is the first family.
That's true. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your...
You can choose your friends, but you can't pick your nose.
No, you can pick your nose. Oh,
yeah, but you grew up in Houston like your whole life?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Sugarland, which it's all like suburbs of Houston.
yeah, we
So
know
Sugarland.
I'm from the
and
Woodlands.
Katy. I thought you were... So...
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Are you not born and raised in California?
I am.
Okay. I'm like, so you're from the Woodlands, and that's pretty on brand though for like people growing up in the Woodlands to like go out to school
in
for
California.
college in California. Yeah,
It's
I
a
would
wealthy
imagine.
place.
Especially
I only knew
Santa
the
Barbara.
Woodlands because it's referenced. I think some of like Brockhampton is from the Woodlands. Do you know Brockhampton?
Yeah.
They're all from
I didn't
like
know that.
Yeah, they're from like San Marcos and or they went to school in San Marcos and
No shit.
Kevin Abstract's from Corpus Christi.
Yeah. Have you been to San Marcos since you've lived in Austin?
No.
You should go.
And do what?
The river there is really nice. Like
Really?
I know we have rivers here and shit, but it's like it's a better floating river. It's a college town, so you gotta deal with that.
Oh yeah.
But
College
I
towns
obviously
are
like going back because I see all my friends who are either still in college or never left. Or
When'd you
whatever.
graduate?
2020 of December, so right at the end of 2020.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a little over a year ago, or
And
under a year ago.
What'd you go to school for?
Management, business management.
And so what
for
was
no
the plan?
reason. In high school, I kind of just picked a generic major.
Yeah.
And I applied to like 3 different schools in Texas, and Texas State was like the main one I got into without having to like jump through any hoops.
Right.
So like I felt like I was kind of lazy on my part.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, well, they said yes with no strings attached. I'm going there.
What do you do for work now?
Cybersecurity sales.
Right.
So I cold call, send out emails, and just try to get in contact with IT professionals looking to maybe change their cybersecurity. It's kind of cool, actually.
You like selling
I-
cybersecurity?
Yeah. I think I'm lucky. Like, I got a job out of college. I'm going to be able to pay off my student loans with the job
Yeah.
and all that. It's kind of like playing the long game.
How
like,
so?
You're kind of taught you got to go to 4 years of college,
Right.
and then you'll have an education,
Yeah.
and then you'll be able to use that education to make more money than anyone who doesn't have an education,
Mm-hmm.
which is true to a very little piece, I think, if you play the game and get the degree and move up the corporate ladder or whatever.
Yeah.
But you could just start your own business. If you got drive and determination, anybody with a decent
Can of beans.
Yeah, literally. Not like I think you should
Got a
still go to
decent can of
junior
beans
high
on
and
your
shit.
head.
Yeah. How do you feel about do you have a degree, right?
Yeah, I got a degree.
How do you feel about having a degree? Are you like, I did it. It was worth it,
No.
right? Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm kind of like, why'd I do that?
Aside from the classes, you liked.
It's
you
an
liked
experience.
Partying.
Yeah.
You were in a frat.
Yeah, I was in a fraternity for sure. Yeah.
You loved that.
Yeah, it was a great time. It's like, I wasn't in like the stereotypical fraternity, like Animal House or anything.
My frat's different, girl.
Yeah.
We're not
Name
like
5
them.
brothers.
What?
It's like name 5 brothers to enter on the party. I don't know.
Oh.
Were you in a
see.
fraternity?
No.
Okay.
No, I was not in a fraternity. And, dude, I already have 2 brothers. I mean,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? Get
Yeah,
30 more?
that's
That's
true.
a lot of brothers.
It was just such a cool way to meet people. Like
Oh,
originally,
yeah.
my intentions weren't like, oh man, I'm gonna pay for some friends, and I'm gonna know so many people, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be able to talk to girls, so many girls. I'm gonna be able to go to so many parties. Like there was a small amount of parties and girls in my mind, but after just like meeting a lot of people, and I'll be honest, it's like anything else in life. You get 100 people in one room, there's bound to be some bad apples.
Right.
But it's just like it kind of forces you to experience college and experience like this new stage of life
Yeah.
with you're out of your shell for the most part for most people for the first time, and it's like it's cool to have a bunch of people
Yeah.
there to do it.
Let's shout them out. What was your frat's name?
Kappa Sigma,
Kappa
Texas State. Yeah,
Sig.
hell yeah.
Kappa Sig.
Yeah, they're I don't know what they're up to these days. They're
So have you distanced yourself?
I wouldn't. I mean, as now that I'm like an alumni, quote
don't
unquote.
You don't donate?
No, I don't. I'm gonna be getting like mail like, man, what if I just become really rich? Now I'm gonna be obligated to donate if someone finds an archive.
Are you still a loyal brother?
A loyal brother.
I mean,
And
are you gonna give us some secrets from the fraternity, or are you just gonna?
See that's what I was saying. Like in the like a stereotypical fraternity that you're like thinking of in a movie.
Yeah.
That's this like it was cool because like we actually were like obligated to do a lot of community service and like meet a lot of people in the community.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I
come
swear,
on.
like every 9/11.
Dude, I did it for the community.
Every
service.
9/11 we would
You can
every
tell us.
September 11th. I would. Every September 11th we would go to the San Marcos firehouse,
Yeah.
and after a couple of years of doing it, like we knew the firefighters and we would just go hang out and like bring them pizza
Yeah.
and like beer and all this shit.
Right.
And it was just cool hanging out with them, and they just knew us
Right.
because we were in a fraternity. It was a stupid way that they knew us kind
Right.
of, but it was like, holy shit, you're the guys who when idiots in the dorms
Right.
heat the popcorn and there's a fire at San Gabriel Hall, you're the guys who we see there. And it's just like cool hearing about stories
So
from
that was
people you wouldn't talk to.
That's one day out of the year, 9/11.
That's true. Yeah.
And then there's
Some argue it should be more.
364 other days.
Yeah.
Where you guys were raging.
Yeah, exactly. Four Locos.
What did you guys do? Hazing and like, come on, elephant walk? What are we talking here?
Elephant walk. Oh my God. That's, you think there's fraternities out there that actually do that right now?
There's at least one that I know of.
You know for a fact.
Well, because, yeah, I didn't
What do you
pass.
think-
I didn't pass the elephant walk, so that's why I didn't get in.
What do you think the idea of doing like what do you gain from that? Like I know what it is. It's literally.
It's the same. It's the same
I mean, I know it's hazing, obviously.
thinking. Yeah, behind let's be blood brothers.
Yeah.
Let's kiss.
I did that when I was a kid with my friend. I did the blood brothers thing. Yeah. It was so stupid. And then I told my mom because I was like, I thought I was being like edgy and badass, and my mom's a nurse, so she's like, what if this kid has hepatitis for some weird reason? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Does he come from a broken home? Kinda. Sorry, Mom.
That's
We're boys,
rad.
though.
How old were you?
Dude, I was probably 12.
Wow.
I was probably 12. I probably found a pocket knife and just on my.
Pretty hard or just a little? Like, did you?
Oh,
take it
I
slow?
know, just a little. Like, oh, just barely.
Dang.
Just a tip.
Wait, so how did comedy come into your can of beans?
My can of beans. So before the pandemic, I had some theater friends through the fraternity, actually, who were like improv guys and did do some open mics just simply for fun when they weren't in actual productions through the school. And they're like, hey, Joe, you should come out to an open mic with us, or we got an open mic. You can do a spot with us. Like, anyone can do it, which I didn't understand at the time. I'm like, oh, I'll be able to go up? What?
And this was in San Marcos?
Yeah, this was in San Marcos, pre-pandemic. I guess I was probably a junior in college, or well, I was a senior 2 years in a row, so maybe I was a senior. I don't know. And I never ended up doing it because the pandemic started and everything started closing. They're like, all right, well, maybe it'll open back up and we'll go down to Austin next week. I want to say it was the Velveeta room that they would be going to. And I guess it was open at a lot more capacity, and probably Cap City as well, back when they were up and running pre-pandemic. Yeah. And at first I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, that's cool that you guys do that, but I'm thinking of little bits, and I started writing stuff down here and there, like situational comedy or observational stuff that I'm like, all right, I can, I didn't have any premise of, punch or setup, punchline,
right, how
a joke is supposed to work, but I was just going to go up and do it. And it never happened during the pandemic, obviously, and I just kept dwelling on it, and I was like, damn, I really would have done it.
Yeah. And
I started thinking, man, I really want to do it. And that motivated me to want to stay in Texas and move to Austin, because, you see a lot of these big names coming out here.
Yeah.
And that, oh, man, Austin's the comedy capital of the world now. Austin, Texas is a new hub for comedy, central United States. And I'm like, I'm 30 minutes from that place. I can get a job and start doing that. And I finally did. And I feel like I met you probably one of my first open mics at Romo Room.
Yeah.
And I just started going to Romo and then figure out about all the other mics. And I feel like I've been super deep into it since. It's awesome, man.
Did it
I'm glad I finally did it.
Holy shit, look at that guy. He's up there. We gotta get this guy on camera for the viewers real quick.
Hell yeah. I bet his name is something crazy like.
Oh.
It looks like he did that safely. Like he knew what he was doing.
That was pretty high. That's a wild boy.
I would totally do it if I knew a safe way to get up there. But if I had to climb up there, I don't know how the hell you got up there. I doubt there's a ladder.
So what has stand-up comedy been for you? What do you like about it? Why do you keep doing it? Did you have a hole in your heart? Are you trying to do this for a living? Are you willing to give up the job that you love?
Yeah.
Why are you doing stand-up comedy if you have a job that you like and you like doing it? Is it just a hobby or is this
right now, to anybody on the outside, they would look at me doing this and they know I have a 9-to-5 day job that I do remotely. But yeah, they would consider oh yeah, Joe's hobby is stand-up comedy. But I would like it to be more than that someday, and that might be. I'm 5 months in to having stage time or being on stage.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this? I know much longer than myself.
No.
Not.
You said 5 months?
5 months.
I did a month in Reno.
Okay.
A month and a half in Reno, and then moved here in middle of February.
Okay.
6 months here.
Yeah. Okay.
A little over 6, plus Reno month. Yeah, 7 months.
Damn, you could have lied to my face and be like, I was doing comedy for years and back in Santa Barbara. I would have believed you. So that's good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
that means
that's really cool.
Dude, I mean, all the people that I talk to,
we're we're in a similar boat.
Yeah,
literally.
We're in a similar boat, I guess.
Literally. Yeah.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah, we're in the same fucking boat. The same goddamn canoe.
Dude, we're in the same boat,
back to your original question about comedy, like, I like being able to control laughter in a room. When I was able to start doing that, like, just even a couple weeks in, and like figure out, you know, how that works in terms of like joke structure and going from bit to bit, it's kind of addicting because you can take one joke a million different ways and still get the same result of laughter. And it's kind of like a game in a way. Like, how can I change it and still get the same desired effect?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's to get someone to go, what? And then, oh, and then a laugh. And you're like, yeah, I fucking did that. I did that. Like, you're playing with their head a little bit.
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like I'm acknowledging that more and more as I'm like doing longer than just 5-6 minutes open mics, 4 minutes usually out here. So it's cool.
Dude, sometimes it scares me, or it's hard knowing that there's anything that you could say anything. It's so open-ended. It's like you know, when you get kids in school as a substitute teacher,
Yeah.
especially the younger they are, they want to know, what do you want? What are we supposed to do? How many paragraphs exactly? What are we supposed to write this story like this or from this? They want, just give it to me how. And if you just go, just write whatever, it's a lot scarier sometimes.
Yeah,
for certain people. For me, I sometimes
agree.
I wish. Yeah, I'm not making any sense, but it's
No,
just,
you are.
It's just easier sometimes when you know, like, ba. But I'm just kind of like,
You think when you're on stage you don't like know where you're going with things?
I do, but I think it's
I feel like sometimes you need to not know, and that's what a lot of open mics are for sure. Is like, I have this idea, and you know, this is a funny idea, but you know, where's the true like structured joke in it? And you know, I guess you get that. Well, I know you get that with the punchline. So it's like kind of. I feel like I found a way to jokes that I think work just by trying them out on stage and not thinking, like, not knowing they would go that way. Like, just saying something on a limb and being like, oh, that's a good tag for that. Or I don't know why I said that, but that dude in the Wrangler jeans, he really liked that. He liked that a lot. You know, like, it's cool. It's like a game. It's like a mind game. What about you? What keeps you doing it? Like, or what makes you want to excel as a comic? I'm assuming that's what you want to do.
I just want to do something cool where I'm my own boss and I could not have to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
And where I can just be independent and know that I'm in control.
Yeah.
And if I'm making a living off this, it's because of me. I'm my own boss. I created this all from nothing.
Yeah.
And no one can tell me no. I'm not in a position where they can say, you're fired from this. Like, I want to be independent, self-reliant.
Yeah.
I want me to be my own entity that is just like can support myself or whatever, you know? Not like, I'm a piece of this puzzle and I got to please these people and I'm working on their vision or whatever.
I'm really good at Microsoft Excel, you know?
Like, like hire me, give me this. Yeah.
A bigger picture situation. Well, yeah.
I want to be great at something too.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's so much fun. And I really haven't had a feeling like some of the feelings that I've had
like
when I'm doing
on stage.
Dude, I remember like the first time where I actually did stand up to a point where I was like, I felt proud of myself kind of, and like where people were laughing and I got like some compliments.
All it takes is one fist bump or one not from another comic, but maybe from another comic. It's always good. Like, I feel like it's important to have camaraderie with other people that are, you know, trying to be on the come up or try to get stage time or trying to do whatever they're trying to do with comedy. It's important to have camaraderie, but just someone you literally have never known and they may have even stumbled into the show and they fist bump you and they're like, you had a good point there. I was laughing. Someone said you had a good point there. I was laughing to something, and I'm not sure exactly which bit I did. And to me, I'm like, that was as good as everyone standing up and clapping for 3 seconds. I'm like, I did have a good point there. And of course you should have been laughing. Fuck yeah, you know? Like, driving home, I'm like, God damn, I'm a genius. That's all it takes. I could have bombed every single open mic that week.
Yeah.
And just to get that one compliment. Like, I don't know does it take that little for you to be like, this is why it's worth it?
Absolutely. Yeah, just little things like that. Because there's so many days where there's nothing,
Yeah.
where you feel like shit
Yeah.
because you didn't do what you wanted to do,
Yeah.
or you're performing in front of the same people and there's
They're hearing the
no
same
same
joke.
jokes and you're not telling them as good as you used to.
Yeah.
You don't have it. You know, it's crazy. I don't even know if it's mentally healthy to be doing to want this much approval or to be trying to do
Yeah.
something.
That sounds depressing though. I don't think it's all approval. Cuz it's just genuinely fun. Like do you subscribe to the belief that like some like comics are like they have to be depressed and they have to be like trying to escape something, some void? Like do
No,
you subscribe to that?
no.
Okay, cool. Me neither. I feel
But
like a lot of people do. They're like you got to
yeah,
be filling a void and you're filling that void while you're on stage.
right.
And that's kind of scary. Like I don't want that to be me. Like I like to think I'd be able to survive without stage time.
Yeah.
Makes life better now that I
Mhm.
know about it, that I know about stage time, and I know about getting laughs and selling $10 tickets, whatever.
So wait, but you've been getting booked on some real shows,
Yeah, a
right?
couple. It was really cool. Like, just like being in a green room, I'm like, whoa, me?
What were some of the shows that?
The first one was because of Nate, and I did like the open micer one at Roma Room.
Yeah.
And of course, a good amount of my buddies came out. So it felt like a little bit of a freebie, because it's already funny that, oh, we're actually seeing him on stage now. We see his stupid open mic Instagram posts,
Yeah.
and now he's really on stage. And that night, like, I actually, like, it wasn't just like an open mic. I'm like, all right, these are the bits I want to do. This is how I'm going to get from bit to bit. This is how I'm going to do the 10 minutes. And it was my first time, like, doing something that I knew people paid for in some capacity.
Uh-huh.
And I like to think I did really well. Of course, all my friends said I did good, and like the other comics, and I thought I did really well. But just like hearing, like Brian McDuffie and Nate Klingon and guys who like, I could have, for all I known when I started out, they've been doing it for 5 years. I had no idea. They could have
Right.
told me anything. Like to hear them be like, yeah, you're gonna keep going with this, aren't you, Joe? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this. Of course I am. And I just remember we were talking about, it was like 10 minutes ago, we were talking about like what makes you do it. That was probably the night that I'm like, I can do this. I can do this more than just being an open micer. It's gonna take some time, but I can do it. And I literally like I shed a tear on my way home. I feel silly saying it, but I literally, like, I'm driving home, I shed a tear. I thought about calling my mom. I'm like, I should call my mother. I don't know what I was gonna tell her exactly, but I was just like, it was such a cool feeling. And that's when I knew I was gonna be a superstar now. I don't know, like, have you had a moment like that with the show? Or I know you hosted some other stuff. Like, that's fun. You're doing so much stuff out here too. You're doing all of this. Like, what did it for you?
I was one of the first open mics that I had gone to in Reno.
Okay.
I hadn't performed that much. I was super nervous. I had
Yeah.
my phone up there. I was just reading off my phone basically.
Yeah.
But I was telling the crowd that I was nervous.
Oh.
This is like the third or fourth time I've done stand up. But it's like it was a good open mic. Like there was people. It looked like a show. It is a show now, the place that does it or whatever. But it was a good crowd of
That's
people
awesome.
paying attention. And I was just kind of goofing around, screaming and telling people I'm nervous and trying these jokes out and getting real laughs. And then I remember going in my car after that. And some people came up to me afterwards and gave me some compliments.
Yeah.
And I went in my car afterwards and I was like, I felt like emotional. I was like,
Right.
like I could have cried. I was like, dang, that felt so good.
That's cool.
And yeah, that little spark right there just gave me the fuel for a while.
So it sounds like you were kind of good, like, not, great. I feel like no one's amazing for their first open mic, but for that to happen on your third or fourth open mic,
Yeah.
to be like getting laughs with a real audience, that's something.
Yeah,
That's got to be a great feeling.
it was a great feeling.
And you like don't know these people, so like your jokes are legit, or the way you carried yourself was legit. Like you were, I don't know. I think being real and you were present in the moment by announcing your nervousness.
Right.
You were in it. they were in it with you.
Right.
They wanted to hear what you had to say, and they did, and it worked. And you cried like a little bitch in your car after.
Ha ha ha. But then like
and then you called your mom.
You get like a feeling in your mind that it's just gonna keep going up like that, and like everyone's gonna
that's true.
And then you realize that it's ups and downs.
Yeah.
And then COVID messes things up. And a bunch of.
You think like the comedy scene and stuff will keep you in Austin for a while? Or, like, do you have any plans to try to not make it or whatever, but try comedy elsewhere, or any of the other bigger cities that are supposedly really great scenes?
The humidity is starting to be annoying to me.
Yeah, I bet coming from California,
I'm ready for it to be winter here.
Yeah, and winter, there's no such thing as winter in California really either, but winter here is like, sometimes there's bad days too. It's not like, I don't know. Texas weather is weird, especially when you're in the center of the state.
Dude, I didn't even know that weather was like a thing.
Because it's like, what, perfect 72, and it's like what we were talking about in the car. Like, that's the draw to California. You want your thermostat inside your house to be somewhere between like 69 and 72 degrees.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Always outside of California, not to mention you got a beach.
Well, it depends where you are in California too, because you can go to Death Valley, which is the hottest place on earth. That's in California. So there's, I mean, but you're not going to go
desert,
there.
right?
What?
Like, it's like the coast for not that long, right? Like a couple miles, and then once you get to the desert, totally different.
It gets
climate,
really hot.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never.
It's like Arizona.
Okay, I went to Vegas.
Or Vegas.
Less than a month ago, and I was
cooking.
I was blown away. It was like 110 or something, and it literally felt like, you know, when you open the oven when it's 450 degrees and like you're getting a pizza out or something.
Yeah.
Like, I could not believe it.
Yeah.
Like, I almost had like an anxiety attack because I thought something was wrong with me because of how hot I was. I'm like, oh my god, just waiting for a ride to the airport.
It's straight heat.
Yeah.
Here you get a not as hot, but it's a wet heat.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like
but
it's like a wet hug here.
Yeah.
It's like you're sweating.
From your
You're
grandma,
doing a light jog at all
anymore.
times.
Yeah.
What, from your grandma?
I said it's like a wet hug from your grandma that shouldn't be talking to you anymore.
Yeah, a wet hug that
It's a wet hug you don't want.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's just like, let go.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the unpredictability though. Like, there were some days during this summer where it just like started pouring out of nowhere. Yeah. You look, the weather app. That's the weather app. The people in California running the weather app, they know if it says it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
Here, you just get like thundercloud emoji, and you're like, is it like there was a couple weeks where it was just like straight across the board, and it would be they just like, I don't know.
For the whole week.
Like the weather guy takes the week off or something.
Yeah. Sounds like an episode of Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah. Was there anything that we didn't talk about that you thought we should have?
No, I mean, this was like the first time I've ever like been a part of anyone's podcast, so that was cool. Thanks for having me. That was dope.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Like I said, like when I saw this, I'm like, he's doing a podcast on a canoe? Damn. What do I gotta be a booked comedian to be on that? And then I got booked a couple times. I'm like, okay, now I can maybe say something. Seriously.